Political face-off in Tamil Nadu, while the DMK has been taking on the centre over the national education policy and delimitation, the BJP's counter-offensive came in the form of protests against the government over an alleged liquor scam yesterday. This after the Enforcement Directorate raids at the TASMAC headquarters, after which the ED claimed that 1,000 crores was siphoned off through bottle-making companies and that there was a collusion between distilleries and bottle companies. The DMK and the state's excise minister have categorically said that it is the BJP using the Enforcement Directorate to foist cases against the party and the state government as it's taking on the centre aggressively on several issues. But despite the DMK's strong rebuttal, the state BJP leaders have been targeting Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on the issue.
நம்பர் 1 முதலமைச்சராக இருக்க வேண்டும் என அரவிந்த் கெஜ்ரிவால் அக்யூஸ் நம்பர் 1 இருந்திருக்கிறார். தமிழ்நாட்டிலும் இடி தன்னுடைய முழு அறிக்கையை தாக்கல் செய்து முடிக்கும் பொழுது முதலமைச்சர் அக்யூஸ் நம்பர் 1 இருப்பார் என்பது என்னுடைய ஆணித்தரமான நம்பிக்கை.
What is the act for which they are protesting? Let them say. See, there is an ED investigation into many of the houses of in Tamil Nadu, and they say that there is a loss of some 4,000 crores or 4,000 crores, whatever they say. So the police is taking action. The department, Enforcement Directorate is taking action. Why do the BJP wants to agitate? Are they not satisfied with the ED? Do they feel that ED will not do their work properly?
Well, will the BJP's offensive have an impact in a state where it only has a marginal presence electorally? Has the DMK taken the lead in setting the narrative around issues like delimitation and the NEP? And more importantly, where does this BJP versus DMK clash leave the principal opposition party in the state, the AIADMK? Joining me this evening, political observer Dr. Suman C. Raman, BJP's Narayan Tirupati, AIADMK's Kovai Satyan, and pro-DMK voice on the show, Harish Mohammad Ibrahim. Thanks to all of you for joining us. My first question to you, Mr. Narayan Tirupati. The Enforcement Directorate raids, the DMK argues strongly, comes at a time when the party has been taking the centre on delimitation and the BJP on issues like the NEP, and says that it is purely a case of the ED being used by the centre and the BJP to target a political opponent. Your response?
Well, the delimitation issue is a myth created by the DMK. So absolutely, it is an unwanted issue and unnecessary issue, uncalled for issue. Whereas the three-language formula or Hindi imposition, again, it's definitely a created one by the DMK. Just to hide their failure in the last 4 years or 4.5 years of rule, and that is what we have been saying. And the recent liquor scam has happened in Delhi. See, ED did not go directly. ED, based on the FIRs filed by the Tamil Nadu police, the state government, it has inquired. It is inquiring, and it has very clearly said what is the prima facie and how the collusion between the distilleries, the bottling companies, the TASMAC employees, officials, and also the TASMAC bars, etc. So it's a chain, and it is not as mentioned as 1,000 crores. As it is 1,000 crores scam. It may go to any number of thousands of crores, as told by Mr. Edappadi Palanichami, the AIADMK. In fact, it will be more also, because it was Ms. Kanimozhi who had said that before 3-4 years back, that only in Tamil Nadu, the highest number of young widows are there due to the liquor supplied by the Tamil Nadu government, TASMAC, because Tamil Nadu government claims there is no illicit liquor, no other liquor coming from anyone else.
Okay.
So, if there are young widows, huge numbers, as told by Ms. Kanimozhi, it is very clear that there is a big scam happening, including the quality of the liquor, and that is the big problem here. And it is the entire distilleries are controlled by the DMK party, their MPs, their ministers, etc. So we need to understand this. That is why Harish, we say we want this Sendil Balaji to be removed immediately, and Mr. Stalin, as told by our President Mr. Annamalai, he is the number one accused in this case, as like Kejriwal.
So you're saying, Harish Mohammad Ibrahim, respond to what Narayan Tirupati is saying. He's saying it's not political vendetta. They seem to have a genuine case against the DMK and Tamil Nadu government?
I purely rebut Mr. Narayanan sir, and the matter of the fact is the DVAC, the Directorate for Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, from 2016 till 2021, they have filed almost 34 cases where the ruling party was in central it is BJP and in state it was AIADMK. And only out of total cases which the ED took charge was 41 FIRs which has been filed by the DVAC. Out of that, 7 FIRs has been filed in the last 4 years. So total collection of 41 FIRs belong, out of that 75 to 80% of the FIRs belongs during the AIADMK period when the central was BJP and the state was having a collusion with AIADMK was the BJP ruling in Tamil Nadu. So where does Mr. Annamalai, where does the ED went at that point of time? Because there is a protocol out of 30 lakhs, once the crime is above 30 lakhs, the ED will come into the picture when the DVAC has to hand over the cases to the ED. And this is not a political vendetta which is being claimed. We don't want to get into that. Let the ED probe it. What does Annamalai has to do? Because Annamalai has a clear threat in Coimbatore belt. Because he can't even win a zero councillor seats in Tamil Nadu. He wants to make sure his existence prevail in Tamil Nadu by doing all these kind of petty politics. And the state government and the state official
What is petty politics?
Excise minister have
What is
clearly
petty
said
politics?
that let the probe bring whatever the details outside and let them face it. The
Crores and
consequences.
crores of money looted. What is petty
Mr.
politics?
Mr.
Crores and
Narayanan,
Go by,
Mr.
no, no,
Narayanan,
DMK, BJP face-off can continue, but my question is, before I get to Sumant Raman and Kovai Satyan, first to Kovai Satyan, where does this whole thing leave the AIADMK Kovai Satyan? It's a question that's been raised. Whether it is NEP, whether it is the delimitation controversy, whether it is the liquor scam, it seems to be becoming a BJP versus DMK face-off, where the BJP is electorally marginal in Tamil Nadu. Where does this leave the principal opposition party AIADMK in terms of optics? Is it getting squeezed out in this battle?
I would appreciate if you can give the verdict for the same. See, just because on a media, both parties are fighting out of each other doesn't mean that that's the reality on the ground. I have to agree that the media space for BJP is more because they are the national party. So the priorities for them is high when compared to AIADMK. We are a regional party. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. So we don't jump the guns in a hurried manner like what BJP has done in this issue. We've been saying for the last 2.5 years, the modus operandi of TASMAC is wide and larger than what it is being told now. This 1,000 crore is just the tip of the iceberg. It is not us who has stated this first. It was PTR, Palnivel Tyagarajan, who was then finance minister, gave an interview to a channel stating that we believe that all those liquor sales are accounted in TASMAC, but going through the numbers, that doesn't convince me. This was a statement which was put out by me last week on the tweet. So which clearly explained the nexus. The modus operandi is there are more than thousands of, I would appreciate if my time is given. I can respond to anyone.
Go ahead.
So we've been saying more than thousands of unlicensed bars are being operated in Tamil Nadu, and the purchase of these bars, the liquors that are being purchased are not accounted in TASMAC, which gives us the belief that the majority, the market share of liquor manufacturing by DMK-owned netas is more than 80%. So the flow of stocks from the distilleries owned by DMK netas to these unlicensed bars, which are sold in cash, and it flows back, clearly indicates that DMK is preparing to face the upcoming assembly elections by bribing the voters, not by talking about their achievements. See, the conviction rate of ED is less than 1%, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. The charge sheet has many more scopes to widen the entire investigation. It will run to more than 40,000 plus crores. Even the court came down heavily once to shut down the unlicensed bars, wherein the Bar Owners Association went on an appeal seeking time. DMK instigated them to go for an appeal. This happened in Tamil Nadu. These are all solid evidences. We have to wait whether these are being taken into account by the ED. So
You're
let's
making a
not hurry
point
up.
on that case,
Let's
but
not hurry.
my larger question, I agree, I'm not hurrying up, Kovai Satyan. My larger question, and that is to Sumant Raman here. Sumant, you see there is a narrative that's often set. Whether it comes to delimitation, whether it comes to NEP, it becomes a BJP-DMK face-off, at least for the optics, while we know that electorally AIADMK is the principal opposition party in the state. Do you believe that this face-off, the DMK-BJP face-off, is putting parties like the AIADMK and possibly even the TVK in an awkward position as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned?
First of all, Veera, there is no face-off. This is an entirely scripted, fixed game, fixed match. Look, Mr. PTR Tyagarajan very clearly said up to 50% of TASMAC revenues may not be, there may be leakage. He is on record. He was the finance minister of the state. And he made this statement. After that, what happened? Did ED come in and do anything? Nothing. That was more than 2 years ago. Now there is a FIR. Those, at least under ADMK period, their own DVAC filed as many as 60 or 65 FIR. In 4 years, the DMK, gentleman on the show is saying they filed only 7 FIR. Now let me ask you, why is the DMK government reluctant to act on FIRs filed during the AIADMK period, alleging irregularity, potentially linking AIADMK leaders? This is unbelievable. You will not, this is basically optics. Nothing is going to come out of this. At the most, like they use it in almost every other case over the last 11 years, the ED, all this will be used to exert pressure on the DMK and for concessions. Supposing Mr. Naidu or Mr. Nitish decides to have second thoughts, then the DMK can step in. All kinds of political calculations. At the end of the day, none of this money will be recovered. Nobody will be punished. And this is a political game between these two players. Anybody, in Tamil Nadu, you talk to a child and even a child will tell you about it. So I don't think we should even take this seriously. This ED bit about 1,000 crores leakage, this has been known for years. This is not some sudden revelation that came up because of the FIR. Everybody and anybody in Tamil Nadu has been talking about how 10 rupees more has been charged per bottle in TASMAC shops for last 3, 4, 5 years. Nothing has happened. Everybody has been speaking.
You're making a very very strong accusation. Let me take it to both Narayan Tirupati, Harish and Kovai Satyan very briefly. Narayan Tirupati, Sumant Raman says, so far you knew this ED, the liquor issue was on, nothing was done. Suddenly it comes up because it is pure politics. He even accuses it of a match.
No, 1 minute. These FIRs were all filed 10 years ago, between 16 and 21. 8 years, 7 years, 9
Narayan
years.
Tirupati respond.
No. See, I don't understand when Sumant Raman became a part of ED, because he is trying to say 9 years, 10 years. See, if these FIRs are filed during the AIADMK period, or as told by my friend that it happened only in the AIADMK period, then what was the DMK government doing? That's what my question is. Number two, just because, Mr. PTR Tyagarajan's statement, I don't think the ED will take that statement and, write all these things. No. ED has gone there along with the FIR and they have done it. Mr. Sumant Raman, I think he is frustrated. So he is talking for everyone. That is the problem. He will say that you are bad, he is bad, he is bad. So I don't take what Mr. Sumant Raman says. But I am telling you one thing, Mr. Veeraraghavan. This is a very serious issue. This issue, see, when you can talk about Veeraraghavan, when you can talk about a delimitation, which is not at all there, and you will have a protest, you will have public meetings, you will have so many parties together, you will have a resolution at assembly. It is a myth. We are saying that this
I'm
is
running
happening.
out of time, so I'll have to get the DMK response as well. But I must state here that Sumant is arguing on the basis of logic. He is saying that last 10 years cases were there. Why nothing happened in that bit? But Harish, Mohammed Ibrahim.
Not me.
Harish, you respond.
No. As he said earlier, Mr. Sumant has been completely ignorant here, having a partition what the DVAC can go through, what the ED can go through. He doesn't have any awareness of that. And the
Exactly.
ED can make sure to get the DVAC cases only when it is above 30 lakhs and only when it is becoming a 41 cases FIR, it becomes a 30 lakhs of crime which has been committed. Okay. Only then the ED took over the charges, only to make sure Mr. Senthil Balaji is put on back foot. But it is a crooked mindset which has been given by Mr. Annamalai to do the petty politics in Tamil Nadu, and it won't be accepted. It will be under scrutiny.
Okay. 30 seconds, Sumant Raman, respond, because I'm giving the last word to Kovai Satyan in this.
No.
30 seconds, Sumant Raman, just respond. You heard.
You saw just now, Mr. Harish said something and Mr. Narayanan said, yes, they are correct. So I think that, the cat is out of the bag in Tamil Nadu. Maybe they still want to continue this charade for another 1 year until the elections, so that they can edge out the AIADMK and the TVK of Mr. Vijay. I think that must be the plan.
All right. Kovai Satyan, you heard what Sumant Raman says. He's saying, does that worry the AIADMK? Has this left the AIADMK squeezed out, not knowing which way to go?
Absolutely not. I tell you, this is not the only list of corruption. The list is endless. Corruption list is endless. The question here, what will come next for BJP is, if ED's 1,000 crore has merits and they are on the roads protesting, what happened to the DMK files 2.0 released by Mr. Annamalai?
It will come.
Doesn't it have merits? So the point here is, let's not hurry up. The first mover advantage may be good in business, but not in politics. Wait for the charge sheet to come and ensure that they are not being protected and the investigation is being done on a thorough basis, because the success rate of ED is 1%. So we can't jump the gun and face a backlash from the people with a watered down protest. AIADMK has the might and it will react at the right point of time. Now the coffin is ready for the DMK, and AIADMK will the party which will nail it and bury DMK in 2026.
All right. AIADMK is the party that will nail it. Narayan Tirupati, last 20 seconds, and then I'll get Harish as well. He's saying that the real fight is AIADMK versus DMK. The BJP is irrelevant. First mover may work in business, but not in politics. When the time comes, Kovai Satyan says that they are the party to reckon with.
We are in opposition in Tamil Nadu, and we are fighting tooth and nail the DMK, the government, the failure of the DMK, the deteriorating law and order, and the scamsters. We are fighting. We are not worried who comes or who is not coming. It is not politics. It is not politics totally. This is totally for the welfare of Tamil Nadu people, Tamil Nadu women, Tamil Nadu youth. If others are not ready, we are here to jump and we are here to save Tamil people.
Okay, you've all made your points, but I'll have to end the show right now because we're completely out of time. But thanks to all four of you for joining us here on the Southern View this evening. We'll keep our focus on the twists and turns of Dravidian politics as it heads towards the 2026 assembly elections in Tamil Nadu.